ちょっとさ、その車の説明欄とかを実は読めるっていうことに気がついてしまったので、読むか。こっから辺から読めないんだけど、レベリーとか別にもう変えなくてもいいよね。もうだってこれ黒で今かっこいい感じに決まってるし。確か読みたかったら、なんかすごい、こんな感じなの。なんかついつい見ちゃう。まあいいや、ブランド確か行って、ヨーロッパ。これ BM とかのとこに行ってもこうやって選択して。これか。こうやって、今乗ってる車。まあミュージアムとかもね、見れば結構いろんな。ビジョングランツーリスモ。Z4 のコンセプトとかもね。いた方がいいのこれ。せっかくだからして、いやでもその前にまず車のさ、ショールームちょっと見ようか。持ってるのこれか ?GR4。これな。これを例えばこう選択して、今持ってる車、これどういう意味？ドラマティックスタジオ。これでインフォメーション読めるんだよね。なんか俺さ、これ黒。赤すごいかっこいいな。俺、でも赤とかにしてこれ買っちゃうことになるんだよね。今持ってる色をさ、この赤に変えたりとかできないのかな。やっぱ買う感じになる、これ。買う感じになるか。じゃあちょっといいや。インフォメーション。これで読めるのか。ちょっとせっかくだから読んでこう。こういうのも英語の勉強になるし。That's not the reason. Vim the hub. Shuffle it. Smile up. This means that the script was now no longer before. We still the same high performance. いや、ほんと BMW の M4 かっこいいよね。M4、M3 がすごい俺好き。Understood M4 is the site pouch. いや、本当にこういうところのね、なんかこう一見関係ないようにすごい思えるような単語とかも意外とね、ちゃんと覚えといてよかったって思う場面がね、意外とあるんだよね。だからちゃんと覚えとこう。The curve to learn from theory. As did the curve to up differential adapted. いやーなんかこれすごいね、ムービーがずっとこう流れてて、ほんとなんか車のこのままなんか車のディーラーとかで使えそうだよね。宣伝っていうかお客様にこういう車ですっていうのをこう示すときとかでさ。すごいね、クオリティ。Distinguished from the standard performance modified technology. Despite a new definition, this performance can always be favorite among its becoming the true driver's curve. OK。まあ、一回守ってる黒で。これ確かギフトカーかなんかでもらったやつなんだよね。なんかこのビジョングラティブのせっかくだから見てみるか。違う。これ。The car created by BMW for Vision Gran Turismo is a compact road racer that was inspired by making a movie created by BMW with YouTube で見るのよ、確かこれね。
First time I heard about the idea for us to design a car for GT6, I actually didn't quite believe it at the same time. I thought it was pretty amazing opportunity for us.
BMW stands for sheer driving pleasure, and this fits very much to our cooperation.
グランツーリスモがすごいわけじゃないんですよ。グランツーリスモに収録されている車を作っている人たちがすごいんですね。そのエネルギーがグランツーリスモを通じてプレイヤーに伝わっている、そういうことだと思いますね。
As you know, we do concept cars, but we rarely do concept cars that can drive, full on like they do in the virtual world of a GT6. That's pretty much a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Our engineers on the one side and on the other side our designers worked very hard through several months.
The design process behind this car is similar to what we usually do, but maybe in a much more compact version, if you will. Everything we did, aerodynamic functions as well as all the other technical functions, are not just a design issue. It has to work really well. I mean, it's designed and conceived, engineered actually to race. Engineered in the virtual world, but engineered to race and win.
ビジョン GT カー、どこが BMW らしいかというと、まずコンパクトなサイズ、それと、前後の、張り出した、オーバーフェンダー、ボクシーなところはボクシーで残していて、でもきちんと、モダンでエレガントなラインも、入っていて。
I think when you look at the car, you'll see typical BMW proportions with the short front overhang, the long hood, the rearward cabin, but all of that in an extreme package, basically. Super low, super wide. So the first impact from this car is going to be just like pure BMW racing feeling. You will see as well some typical BMW icons, the kidneys, the double round headlamps, the L-shaped tail lamps, the Hofmeister kink. All of that are things that you find on our production cars, and you will find on that car as well. It's this red thread that goes through every BMW that is essential to what we do. This car is pure BMW sportiness, pure BMW dynamics. It's a precise driving machine that just looks the part and actually drives exactly the way you expect a BMW to drive.
いやー、いいですね、やっぱ BM って。しっかりなんかこうアイデンティティみたいなのを持ってるよね。他の車には絶対ないような。BM にしかないっていう、こう。ヨーロッパの車で結構そういう、強いけど、そういうの。一発でパッと見ても BM ってわかるっていう、やっぱこう特徴を持ってるってのがいいよね。ヘッドにしろ、テールにしろ。これは Z4 のコンセプト。Have a look at the BMW concept for dynamic, progressive, and irresistible って意味だこれ Perbeer っていう単語はこれわからん Australia The new direction taken by ダメだ鼻詰まってるからなんかうまく発音できない By design language can be seen here in just a few precise lines that form clear surface where the body encapsulate to be in the group vision でもいいか1分くらいだし多分これ動画 YouTube で見るのは全部これ動画もこの中入れたらもう容量が大変なことになるんだろうね現時点でも50、60ギガくらいあるから動画ファイルも全部これデータの中入れたら大変なことになるんだろう100ギガくらいになっちゃうじゃん
Takes over me. Takes over me.
Like すごい日本人っぽい顔もこう雰囲気作るのはうまいよねかっけえなこれは結構これ長いね4分 M3 のなんかこうEverything about the first BMW M3 generation まあ歴史を振り返るみたいな感じなのか We start our five part series about the best-selling model The first generation is a legend It influenced all following M3 generation CB Inside I give a look behind the scene development of this powerful sports car Beside a series of models the limited edition sports evolution promises even more power. Moreover, the BMW M3 was the most successful touring car ever. 確かになんか一時 BM の影響力がすごすぎて他のメーカーが本当なんか BMW みたいなばっかり
The first generation BMW M3. The E30 model starts the history of the legendary sports car and the most successful touring car ever. The Board of Management once again wanted to see a series production car on the racetrack. In accordance to the organization rules at the time, a series car must be like the future race car in most parts. That meant for us we had to develop a race car that had to be built in the series production process. On the other hand, a lot of features that are important in everyday use, like the comfort or the braking system with ABS, had to be integrated. Here we had, for the first time, a compromise between a race car and a normal road car.
Zwischen Rennauto und Straßen.
That was a revolution amongst sports cars. Depending on the model, the first M3 brings between 195 and 238 horsepower to the road. Compared to the regular 3 Series, this car had more power, but also numerous other changes. The M3 had a much stiffer chassis. We achieved this for the first time through the gluing of the front and the rear window. The front axle was a completely new construction with more caster, a differently structured stabilizer, and an increase in direct steering. We gained an improved responsiveness, a better feedback of the steering, and a much more directional stability by high velocities. The power source of the first generation M3 is a 2.3-liter engine with 4 cylinders. The engine has everything a racing motor needs: 2 overhead camshafts, 4 valves, and a specially shaped combustion chamber, with a central position of the spark plug, very important for high performance. The M3 of the first generation claimed more than 1,500 victories and is unbeaten to this day as a touring car. The success of the E30 M3 was phenomenal. It was not only the performance of the car, it was also the strategy. We sold the so-called kit. That meant everyone could get such a vehicle kit and race competitively.
Und damit Rennsport betreiben.
New standards were also set in lightweight construction. The base model of the sports car weighs only 1,200 kilograms. The aerodynamic finishing can be seen amongst others with the big front spoiler, the side sills, and the rear wing. To gain the motorsport homologation, we had to build 5,000 vehicles within 12 months. Our sales department was skeptical at first. After all, the M3 was 1.5 times more expensive as the strongest regular E30, the 325i. But people liked it. The sales figures were considerably higher than we expected. Almost 18,000 vehicles rolled off the assembly line. In 1989, the first generation M3 was also available as a convertible. Moreover, BMW brought 2 Evolution Special Editions onto the market with even more power and dynamics. To see this very successful race car on the streets is really fantastic. This car is a legend. The following generations were always based on the series vehicle. With the E30, this was different. Only the spirit of how to develop such a car is still present.
Ho. これは1961年 Used numerous design elements from later BMW models such as the famous one of the most prestigious coupe って書いてある。最後にこれ見てみるか。
The BMW 3200 CS. It's the final version of the popular Bavarian 8-cylinder spacious cars, and probably one of the most elegant coupes of its era. The 3200 CS was presented for the first time on the IAA 1961 in Frankfurt. Technically, it was based on its predecessor, the BMW 503. Giuseppe Nuccio Bertoni, one of the best Italian car designers, styled this beautiful coupe. This is why today the 3200 CS is simply called BMW Bertoni. Reserved yet sporty. Already in the 60s, the BMW 3200 CS possesses the proportions and numerous design elements of the succeeding BMW 6-cylinder coupes. The BMW Bertoni, for instance, has the typical kink in the C-column, which later became famous as the Hofmeister kink. Wilhelm Hofmeister cultivated the design lines of all following sedans and coupes. The 3.2-liter V8 aluminum engine with 2-barrel carburetor produces 160 horsepower and reaches a top speed of 200 kilometers per hour. The BMW 3200 CS promised its customers space and comfort together with the very best finish and a dynamic V8 engine. All of that elegantly wrapped in Italian design. The relatively high price of 30,000 D-marks at the time explains the exclusivity of this luxury coupe. Approximately 600 were produced until 1965, after which the large V8s were no longer produced. the BMW 3200 CS Bertoni, an eternal design icon still providing style ideas today.
いや、やっぱこれ字幕なくても英語音声だけでこうね、しっかり理解しないと、そういうことにやっぱどんどん慣れていかないとね。あんま字幕ばっかりに頼ってちゃダメだから。なんかもうこれだけですごいなんかお腹いっぱいいっつもなんか俺これレースとか始める前にこういうのを見てなんかそれだけでなんかもう満足してしまって終わってしまうんだけど GT。ちょっとすかな、一回くらいちょっと軽くタイムトライアルでもやってみるかな。って止めていいかな。いや、今この録画した動画をちゃんと YouTube にまずアップロードできるかどうかっていうのをちょっと確認したいんだよね。またこれで動画ファイル消えてしまうなんてことになったら正直シャレならんからさ。ちょっと一回止めます。